So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Adidas F50 Soccer.com 40th anniversary. Can you spot any differences? Hopefully this video helps you. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a real and fake pair of the Adidas F50 Soccer.com 40th anniversary. A very, very special pair. This is part of the Adidas limited collection. Came in a box. This is the retail one, this is the fake one. This is just to help you at home if you are trying to purchase a retail one. So I must emphasize it does not support the counterfeit industry in any way. Just to help you at home purchase a retail pair and what you should look out for. So let's get straight into the comparison. First thing to note, obviously, retail one comes in this box here, part of the limited collection. So this is the previous box from 2024, so it's softer than the hard box that the limited collection comes in now. Also, here's a look at the label. Pick these up in a UK 10. Yeah, UK 10. Pick them up in UK 10, and here's a look at the label. Pause it on the screen here just to make sure your label matches up to this. This is a US label, so just take that into consideration. So slide the box open, take a look at all the accessories that come with them. So slide it open. On all Elite F50s now, you do get two sets of insoles, one inside the boot and then one spare. The comfort insole should be the one that's outside the boots. As you can see here, this is the comfort insoles on the F50. The speed insoles, which are slightly thinner, should be inside the boots. So we'll move that to the side. Came with a special 40th anniversary Soccer.com collaboration with Adidas bag, as you can see here. So you have the Adidas logo and the Soccer.com logo there as well. And it's in full red and silver to match the boots. So move that to the side. Has F50 paper on there. Open them up. Here's a look at the F50 Soccer.com 40th anniversary. Look at that pair, and also check out that sole plate. Really, really nice. This is what the fake one came in. Wrapped in plastic bag and tape. No box, no bag, no spare insoles. Yeah, it doesn't come with any of the accessories. Let's open them up. So that's them finally out. You can see they're pretty squished. Shape is pretty much completely gone already. But yeah, let's get into the comparison. So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Adidas F50 Soccer.com 40th anniversary. Can you spot any differences? Hopefully this video helps you. Well, firstly, the most obvious difference is the actual shape. This is how the retail one should look, as you can see. The fake one is crumpled here from the shipping. The toe is still in, it's not come out. Yeah, it's just not very good at all. The shape's all over the place, and that's actually going to hurt your heel because it seems to have kind of like morphed to that shape now. So that's going to dig in. But looking at the technical differences, if we look at the upper of the retail one, you'll see this is a fiber touch upper. So it's very soft, but also very grippy on the ball. Works really well in wet conditions as well as dry conditions. And I have to say, it's very good upper. It morphs to your foot very nicely, really comfy. Big fan of it. Doesn't feel too thick, but the fake one, however, it's tried to replicate this, but hopefully you can see this material is completely different, much thicker than it is on the retail one. And also, if I hold them up side by side, you'll be able to see that the kind of grip texture on the front isn't really there on the fake one. Also, kind of changes the color. So because the retail one here has that extra grippy texture on the top of it, like that, it makes it a slightly different red, where it's a deeper, darker red on the fake one, more like a pinky red, and you can see a clear difference there. Also, looking at the details on the side, you will see where it has 2024 and then the details and the grey line or silver line going wrapped around. If we look at it at the front here at the toe box area, you'll be able to see the shape is completely wrong, and also the distance from the end of the toe box is completely wrong, and you will be able to see that grippy texture around the toe box here on the retail one. On the fake one, it's, yeah, oh wow, it's not even grippy at all. They've like painted it on, so there's no grip whatsoever. Because this is the 40th anniversary between Soccer.com and Adidas, if you spin it around to the back here, it has some lovely detailing here. It's like raised print on the back there, and I really like what they've done. It's a nice little touch to the Adidas, something different to the other pairs. The fake one, however, has tried to replicate this. They've kind of stuck it on, but it's not raised at all. This is just blended in with the material, and it's very low quality. You can see a clear difference in the color, material, and everything like that. Yeah, it's very different. Keeping it at the back of the boot, you'll see at the back of the Adidas F50 it has this heel cup, and it's in like this chrome red, as you can see here. The fake ones replicated this, however it's the wrong color and it's much smaller and lower, so it doesn't offer as much heel protection at the back. This material here is much larger, whereas on the retail one you can see the heel cup section goes a little bit higher, and also this is perfectly in the middle, so it doesn't look out of proportion. When I showed you the color from the front, you will also be able to see it from the side. The color is clearly different, also the overall shape at the back here. So if we look at the F50 logo on the side here and the gap between that and the top of the sock liner, you can see it's a much sleeker, slim look here on the side, whereas if I put the fake one on top, you can see the gap from the F50 to that sock liner there, that gap's much larger, so it just makes the whole overall boot just looks a completely different shape. So an interesting feature about the F50 on this one particularly, if you look at the tongue, this tongue is actually attached on the inner side there and inner side there, so it kind of wraps around your foot and locks your foot in place, and there is no part for the laces to go through because the tongue is actually separate to the laces. The tongue kind of locks your foot in place and then the laces are used after. The F50 however hasn't done this, so if you look on the inside here, it's not really locked in at all on either section, and also it has this kind of lace loop here which attaches the tongue inside, so it doesn't really do its job as well because it locks you down more on the retail one, whereas this one is just made to stop sliding about. And when I tell you about the material, look at the toe box here. On the retail one, look how it bounces back, always returning to its original shape. If we look at the fake one, it's already kind of indented, but if I push it in, yeah, it stays indented. Spinning the boots upside down, taking a look at the sole plates, you will be able to see a color difference between the two. If you look at the front here, you can see there is a color difference between the two silvers, but looking closely at the details, look at the F50 logo on both pairs. You can see the F50 logo is much larger on the retail one here compared to the fake one, and also the fake one is placed a little bit higher, whereas the retail one is placed exactly in the middle of those two studs. They have tried to replicate the transition to the red, however, as you can see here, they've got it slightly wrong. The retail one here, you can see the transition goes pretty much all the way up to these two bottom studs here. You can see it changes from red to silver very clearly here on this bottom studs. If we look at the fake one, you can see it transitions about here, so there's a little bit of a gap, which is a clear telltale difference between the fake one and the retail one. What I have noticed between the two sole plates is there is 3 pillars here which give you kind of like some structure in the boot, as you can see from this retail one, and if I try and bend it in the middle, it doesn't really bend at all. It only really bends at the toe box. The fake one, these 3 pillars aren't really pillars, so if I bend it, it just kind of collapses right in the middle. It has no kind of structure to the boot, which is absolutely terrible. Let's take a look inside the boot. So the retail one comes with a very large paper shoe tree. The fake one comes with a replica boot bag, which is just, yeah, terrible. And then if we take out the insole of both pairs, so I'll take out the fake one first, and then I'll take out the retail one. Remember, this is the second insole that comes with the retail one, so this is the speed insole, much slimmer and not as cushioned, but it is a very minor difference just based on your preference. If we look at the details, you can see the color is different between the two. What I would say is the fake one here is a lot furrier than it is on the retail one, but if you look at the logos, you can see clearly the difference between the two. Also, if I spin the insoles upside down, this is the pattern that you should see on a retail pair, on a real pair, and the fake one has got this pattern on, so completely wrong. And then finally, taking a look inside the boot, you can see inside the retail one, hopefully, it's quite hard to show you, but both sections are white, and the front section, which is under here, has a little bit of like grip on it to stop the insole from sliding about. However, if we look at the inside of the fake one, they've gone for white at the back and then black at the front. So that section there is just a completely different material at the front, which is completely wrong. I'm not going to show you the left boot because it's exactly the same as the right boot. There's no real difference between the two pairs. So hopefully this video has helped you spot the differences between a real and a fake one if you're trying to buy a retail one. It is an absolutely fantastic colorway. I really do like it. All the details are fantastic. The red to silver, this would have looked perfect on Mo Salah in the Liverpool kit. Really, really nice pair. But let me know down below in the comments if you spot any more differences to help other people. And if you want shorter content, you can follow me on TikTok. But thank you so much for supporting. Please like and subscribe. It helps me do more videos like this. And I hope you have an amazing day. This is the Adidas F50 Soccer.com.